Hello. Hello, students. Today we are going to study a very interesting topic, that is human circulatory system. So, basically, we will cover the topic in two parts. In first part, we will study about the human circulatory system basics and the structure of heart. And in the next part, we will study about the cardiac cycle and the different diseases related to the human heart. So today we are going to study the human circulatory system. So basically, human circulatory system is composed of three parts. The first part is human heart, which is basically the pumping organ. So human heart is the pumping organ. Next part is the blood vessels. Blood vessels are the tubes through which the blood flows. And the third important part is the blood, also known as fluid connective tissue. Blood is also known as fluid connective tissue. So, in today's class, we will study about the structure of human heart. So, before studying about the structure of human heart, let us see how a human heart looks. So, here you can see a diagram of the human heart. In this, you can see various labelings. So today we are going to tell you that what are the functions of different parts of the heart. So before starting, let us discuss some points that are related to the structure of heart. Point number one is the heart is mesodermally originated. The heart is mesodermally originated, which means the that the heart is made up from the mesoderm layer. As you know, we are composed of three basic germ layers, that is ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. So from that, the heart is mesodermally derived. From that, the heart is mesodermally derived. Another important thing is it is also known as fibromuscular organ. It is also known as fibromuscular organ because it is made up of specialized muscles, that is cardiac muscles. The heart is made up of specialized muscles, that is cardiac muscles. If you look here, this covering over the heart, this is known as pericardium. So what is the basic function of pericardium? Is to protect the heart from mechanical injuries and various shocks. This is the basic function of pericardium. This function is supported by a fluid that is known as pericardial fluid. Pericardial fluid is that fluid which is filled between the two layers of pericardium. Suppose this is the outer layer of pericardium and this is the inner layer. So in this region, the pericardial fluid is present, and the function of pericardial fluid is to protect heart from various injuries. So here we can see that heart is made up of externally, that is cardiac muscle. Moving internally, you can see that you can see there are four chambers of human heart. That is, human heart is composed of four chambers or compartments. Human heart is composed of four chambers. The upper two chambers are known as auricles, and singularly it is known as atria, and the lower two chambers are known as ventricles. Here you can see this is the left ventricle, this is the right ventricle, this is the right atrium or atria, and this is the left atrium. So if you compare these on the basis of size, so the upper two chambers are relatively smaller. The upper two chambers are smaller than the lower ones. The upper two chambers are smaller than the lower ones. And if we talk about the location of the heart, so it is present between the two lungs. It is present between the two lungs and slightly tilted towards the left. So you can feel heart in the middle of the body, but its lower part, that is left ventricle, is slightly bigger in size, and that is why it feels left in the body. The muscles of ventricles are stronger as compared to the muscles of auricles, because ventricles have to give the blood to the long distances, and the function of ventricles is to supply the blood, but the function of atrium is to receive the blood. The function of atrium is to receive the blood. Here you can see these are the two atrium, and which is separated by a septa, and this septa is known as interauricular septum. This is known as interauricular septum. So, the major function of right atrium is to receive the deoxygenated blood, is to receive the deoxygenated blood from the body through the vena cava, that is superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava receives the blood from the lower body parts, and the function of superior vena cava is to receive the blood from upper body parts. These two pour the deoxygenated blood into the right atrium. Here you can see a valve-like structure which is composed of three flaps, and this valve is known as tricuspid valve. The function of tricuspid valve is to prevent the backflow of blood. The function of tricuspid valve is to prevent the backflow of blood. Here you can see another valve between the left atrium and left ventricle, which is composed of two flap-like structures, and this valve is known as mitral valve. This valve is known as mitral valve. This valve is known as mitral valve or bicuspid valve. The function of both these valves is to prevent the backflow of blood. The function of both these valves is to prevent the backflow of blood when the auricles pour the blood into the ventricles. Later we will study in the cardiac cycle. Lower two structures you can see here, these are right ventricle and left ventricle. Left atrium receives the oxygenated blood, oxygenated blood from the lungs.